And that is right. It is day 3. It is still technically January 3rd, 2026. We've only got about 3 minutes before technically we roll into day number 4. So this still counts. If you ask me, this still counts. Sorry about the phone. It's going off and I forgot to silence it, but whatever. It's a live stream. It's what we do. So I think we're just going to make this pretty straightforward, pretty quick. Obviously, if you're paying attention to pretty much any news source today, the most incredible shit happened in Venezuela today. And just when you thought Trump couldn't do better, the man literally, I don't even know what the right words to say. So let's just roll this beautiful bean footage of an intro and we'll talk about basically Venezuela freeing itself. So yeah, I mean it's I don't know the right words to use. So we're just gonna screen share some shit and we'll kind of go over this. I'm gonna kind of give you my take on it, just in relation to what it all means. If I'm being transparent with you, I would be lying if I told you I knew what it all meant. Other than the fact that by capturing Maduro and his wife, this has literally freed the people of Venezuela. It is now secured the oil. Let's be honest. Again, let's go down the politics route. This is about oil. This is about gas. Again, Maduro and his entire orchestra, I guess is a word to use metaphorically. His entire purpose was to destroy the Venezuelan oil industry. It's a mitigated disaster. And obviously, you got to be lying and kidding to yourself if this wasn't a part of it. Venezuela is one of the most greatest untapped resource when it comes to quote unquote natural resources, oil, gasoline, XYZ, insert here. So again, there was definitely going to be parts of that a part of this situation. But just the fact that, again, there was no war. It took an hour, maybe 2 hours. Our boys and gals went in, captured this dictator, and now everybody's celebrating. Everybody's having a great time because the Venezuelan people are free from a dictatorship. The best part, and if you're playing your bingo card, we now officially have a full bingo card full because, as you could imagine, the left, the liberal left, progressives, media, XYZ, of course, are supporting the fact that Maduro should not have been captured, should not have been arrested, etc., so on and so forth. So ultimately, what it comes down to is the left is officially supporting a dictator. Why does that matter? Well, put simply, how have we not been the last 4 years, 5 years, 10, 18, whatever you want to call it, since Trump became a politician? How many times have we heard Trump is a dictator, authoritarianism, tyranny, dictator, Trump, dictator, blah, 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 blah. You can't make this up anymore, people. And again, you can tell I'm being more honest, I'm being more open, and quite frankly, we have to be. We just, you can't get around it anymore. But how is it you just go on for years at a time about the Venezuelans, illegal immigration, quote unquote dictators, blah, 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 blah. Insert Trump into every negative connotation whatsoever. And the moment that Trump actually takes out, I don't say take out in a killing sense, but literally dethrones an actual dictator, you have people that now support Maduro. They want him freed. They don't want him arrested. this was an act of war and da 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 da. That's my other favorite part too. If you look at it, everybody's saying like, "Oh, the president doesn't have authority to do this, and it's a declaration of war." And meh, 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 meh. First off, do a little research because technically he has every authority to do this. Authoritarian almost went there, but the bottom line is what happened today in Venezuela is truly the one of the most greatest historic events of our lifetime. And I can't describe it any better than that because my brain won't work right now. This is I forgot who said it. There was somebody who made a quote. This is Berlin Wall coming down level history. I don't think people grasp. Like, I definitely know people in America who obviously are opposed to what happened, have any idea the reality of what took place by taking him off the board. Not to mention, there again, there's been no wars, there's nobody dying, at least that we know of on our side. Their side, probably. But at the end of the day, you're watching these celebrations of the Venezuelan people. They are now free. They no longer are living under a dictatorship. They're no longer hopefully, I mean, it's gonna take time to get everything in order. Let's be very real about that. Obviously, they if you watch Trump's press conference, the United States is gonna have to take over. They're gonna have to do a lot of stuff to get people and get things back on board, but this isn't a permanent gig. This is just simply a, "Hey, we're gonna help you out. Let's get you on your feet and let's get you going." Because when you have a real dictator, which borderline we kinda did under the Biden administration, let's face it. I'm not saying he was a dictator. I'm simply saying if we gave him the ability to, I have 0 doubt that he would have taken every aspect of that presidency to punish those who opposed him and insert XYZ because let's face it, you wanna know what tyranny is, authoritarianism is? Look at the last 4 years under the Biden administration, whether you were a conservative, whether you were white, Caucasian, had right-wing viewpoints, you were a male, masculinity, you were a Trump supporter, MAGA supporter, insert all of that stuff. You were persecuted, you were threatened, you had your life threatened, you were borderline assassinated, if not assassinated. RIP Charlie Kirk. And again, you have the media, you have the left, liberal progressives basically saying they're the ones that are being persecuted and everything in between, when the reality is it's the opposite. And I can tell you that from personal experience, especially living in the state of Washington, which is why I say this forever and I'll say this forever and a day. I will carry everywhere because, quite frankly, you are keeping your head on a swivel here. It's just what you do because God forbid you have a different opinion. So that's my spiel. I'll kind of get that checked out of the box, or whatever the fucking metaphor is. But let's look at these. I usually go to Newsmax for my information because I do. Sure, you might call it a right wing news source. I do feel they are more in the middle. Again, you can go to both sides. Like, let's look at it real quick here. So let's look at this article here. I was reading it. New York is where the original charge is, plural, were taking place. So of course that's where he's going to be indicted. In everything you can imagine, from domestic terror, or not domestic terrorism, basically just terrorism altogether, and the drugs. You cannot, you just can't. I don't care who you are. You cannot deny the level of drug cartel that this guy was doing in relation to killing tens of thousands of millions of people annually, daily, whatever you want to call it, with the sheer amount of drugs flowing into this country. That now stops. And I love the fact of, I think, what do they call it? The FAFO meme or whatever the fuck acronym. He fucked around and he found out. And this is exactly what this is because you were given warnings. We took out those boats. Trump tried to say, hey, keep pushing. You are going to regret it. Keep pushing. Don't do this. Don't do this. Obviously, he kept pushing. Lo and behold, today happened, or yesterday, because now it technically is June 4th, which we will, no, January 4th, which we actually will do a day 4 later today. But again, just to be clear, I did get day 3 in on January 3rd. It just happened to dip into January 4th. So, um, check out some of these videos online. I mean, they're absolutely incredible. But just to show you, like I say, Newsmax is kind of the way to roll, because if we were to technically go, like, let's do CNN, ugh, just shiver by, you know. Ugh. Let's see. Let me share this with you guys real quick, just so you know I am not bullshitting, or whatever you want to call it. And then we'll do Fox, just to show you again. You got to kind of, there's a middle ground somewhere if you look around enough, I guess, is how you guess you would want to describe it. But so let's look at what we got here. Venezuelan opposition rejoiced, but Trump doesn't seem interested in working with them. Yeah, no bias there at all. Let's see here. Trump Venezuelan strike evokes nightmares of regime change disasters. I mean, seriously. Does anybody, and again, I am fully aware I have bias because I am a conservative myself. It's the wording. Like, seriously, come on. Like CNN reporter points out, 1889 case that could shed light on legality of Moderno abduction. Wow, I guess that might actually work. How the U.S. assaults on Venezuela unfolded. Let's see. No major change in troop levels after Trump says U.S. is locked and loaded to defend Iranian protesters. I guess that's completely different, but and then they get into some random shit. But again, it's just the verbiage, the words they use here. Trump attacked Venezuela and arrested its president. Is that legal? Yeah, it's absolutely legal, and you fucking know it's legal, CNN. Stop being douchebags. You absolutely know this shit is legal, so just shut the fuck up. I love these two. The videos Maduro brought to the U.S. face charges as Trump vows to run. I love, again, just shut the fuck up. As Trump vows to, quote, run and take control of oil reserves. Again, that's kind of the point of this, because basically Venezuela depends on that shit. And the fact that this dictator asshat decided to destroy the entire infrastructure kind of proves what what a fucking dick he absolutely was. Not to mention dictator, he was an absolute dick. Because again, what's going to happen, if my understanding goes with everything, and I know I'm spreading out a lot of shit right now, but my understanding with it right now is, over the next few months, years with Venezuela, if it stays on course, you are going to see that place explode in an economic abundance. You're going to pull away. You look at the Russia Ukraine stuff, a lot of all their shit from Russia, they got it from the cartels, Venezuela, blah 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 blah. This might actually bring an end to that war too. It would be quite amazing if Trump can pull that off. I know he's been saying that since day one, but let's be honest, the whole Ukraine thing, we won't go down that road. But if you can get Venezuela back on board economically, the benefits alone to the people are going to be immeasurable. The partnership that we will have between them will be immeasurable. And yes, I understand there are politics involved here, specifically with the oil. But holy shit, folks, it's just like, I tell you what, watch Landman. I'm gonna do a review hopefully one day, or we'll talk live doing a stream about Landman, because they really do go into a lot of the oil aspects, United States, the export, the imports, blah 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 blah. Does the US have an you know, an infinite amount of oil? Absolutely not. Do we have enough to export? Absolutely. Are we tapping into those? Absolutely not. But just imagine if we partnered together with all of this. Not only would you actually probably find better resources that don't destroy the environment as much as you think, but it would also bring, what does it bring? Costs down, which something I'm pretty sure every single one of us on the planet wants. So don't go down that road of, he wants to take control and vows to run, quote, in the quotation. Like, shut the fuck up. So let's switch it over to, again, let's switch it over to Fox just to show how much, again, I will admit that's ridiculous too. So are we on Fox? Yeah, okay. Maduro arrives at Brooklyn Detention Center after helicopters fly past Statue of Liberty. Oh, that's cold, but that's fucking epic. And I guess okay, one thing, side topic here, and this is something you gotta be cautious. I've been kind of reading into lists maybe a little too much, or at least some of my folks that I watch and listen to podcast wise. You look at a video like you're looking at right now. If you're looking at the stream right here in the main page, there is a suspicion around the fact that could this be AI? Could these celebrations that you're seeing people in the streets, singing and dancing because of this, could those be AI? Could this all be just some giant conspiracy tinfoil hat to get people on board with with what's been happening? I think it's a bit of a stretch. I'm going to be honest. This is my 2 cents. I think this is a real thing that Moderna was captured. I really do think this is a good thing. And I think that the Venezuelan people have been celebrating. Just, dear God, go online. There are videos, tens of thousands of videos everywhere of just people celebrating this. So again, I don't think it's fake. But when I look at something like this video right here, definitely shows a little remnants of AI, if you ask me. Not saying it is, just saying it kind of has that look to it, if you know what I mean. What else does it say? Berderno was bum rushed trying to enter his safety space. What the hell does that mean? Let's look into this. Trump reveals Venezuela Maduro was captured in his fortress-like house. He got bum rushed. He got bum rushed so fast.
This holiday, Verizon's got the craziest deal ever. 4 iPhones.
Go away. Let's see. President Trump revealed during an exclusive interview with Fox and Friends this weekend that Venezuelan President Maduro was captured in a fortress-like house where he got bum rushed so fast by American special forces. Trump said he huddled with generals inside a room at Mar-a-Lago in Florida as they watched every aspect of the extremely complex operation unfold. So, yes, again, going back to the wording, is it just as bad as CNN? I think CNN is worse, but at least here they're just emphasizing what we already know Trump to be, and Trump is just Trump. It's who he is. We love him. We love every second of him. And quite frankly, this, like I say, this is going to, if you ask me, this is sold the midterms. 2026, you're going to have your midterm elections, and it's going to be crucial that we continue this upward trend. I'm just like anybody else. I'm not saying that Trump is perfect, but I do believe he's doing an absolutely fantastic job. This alone, you've just bought the Latino, Venezuelan, every South American country, you've just bought their vote. You really, really have, specifically with this Moderna arrest. And God bless him. Really, God bless him, because nobody saw this. And that's the whole point. They kept it. Credit where it's due. If whatever side you're on, you got to admit they kept this thing quiet, and holy shit, did they execute this flawlessly. This is now what, 2 or 3 times now Trump has executed a military operation flawlessly that nobody even knew about until it actually was happening. You got to give the guy credit. He knows what he's doing. Credit, of course, mad respect to our military for doing what they do and everything in between. But as a leader, you cannot deny the level of talent that this man has, Trump. It's insane, just about what everything's going on right now. So, again, tell me your thoughts. I'd love to know in the comments, what's your take on this whole Moderna arrest? Are you supportive of it? Do you have a clue about it? Do you give a shit about it? Let me know. Give me the thumbs, the likes, the subscribes, the whole 9 yards. I would love to know, because this is good debate topics specifically right here. And I think that's about it. We'll kind of wrap it up. So we'll do a quick little look over. Let's do a little quick look at the old socials, shall we say. So let me kind of get these loaded up here for a second. So let's look at X real quick first. And then let me share the screen. All right. What's going on with my X? Well, I have no idea what's going on with my X, but I see what I'm going to shut the fuck up. Let's see. It could be two reasons. Coca-Cola is very expensive and no longer on Snap. Just my opinion. Coca-Cola's CEO admits nobody's buying Coke. That's a warning sign for the whole economy. I don't really get that, to be quite honest. As Venezuelans around the world celebrate the capture of Maduro, people in Seattle took the streets to protest the United States military operation. Absolutely right on target. Nobody with two brain cells would never see this coming. It's obvious this was going to happen. And it's the level of irony is just laughable at this point. It truly is laughable that these people are literally supporting a dictator that they believe Trump to be, yet this is an actual real one, and it just is right on target. The bingo card is full, folks. It's absolutely full. So, Tim Pool, removing Moderno made infinitely more sense than anything we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. But still, don't lie. This is for oil and the petrodollar. This isn't about drugs or narco gangs. I would disagree on the drugs. I really do think it was. I mean, oil for sure. Drugs, yeah, 100%. Beaten before. This is sparking at Ontario, Ohio. Andrew got out of his vehicle during a drop and charged forward. He was in the wrong approach. Some of these videos are quite interesting to kind of see like who was in the wrong, basically dumb shit not to do, yada yada yada. And Stanley's grandma, yeah, that's probably that's gonna end up bad. Let's see. To all Americans feeling emotional and upset about what happened last night in Venezuela, I hope you know that we all see you and hear you, and we're laughing at you because, yeah, there you go. Of course, Portland. Yep, they obviously are protesting what happened. And what is Elon saying? Starlink is providing free broadband service to the people of Venezuela through February 3rd, ensuring continued connectivity. The man's genius. The man's a legend. God bless Elon, hands down. But switching gears over to, let's see what's on good old Instagram. Let's share this one. Kayleigh McEnany, I love her because she was probably the greatest press secretary ever in this country that ever was during the first time Trump was in office. So as we watch Maduro head into New York City on the way to prison, incredible images, let this sink in. The warm collectivism promised during Mondani's inaugural speech, which killed 100 million people in the 20th century, is about to be prosecuted in federal court. The just, I don't know what that word is quite something. And yeah, think about it. 100 million people. That's the shit we're talking about. It's the drugs. Get the damn drugs off the streets, off the world, off everything in between. And trust me, everybody will have a better life. It really, really will. Yep. And just like that, all the No Kings protests rallied in support of a Venezuelan dictator. Spot fucking on. I love like I say, these videos, are they AI? Probably not. Could they be? Maybe, but just awesome. I really love seeing these people just cheering on the fact that they are now free. They are free people. Venezuela claims at least 90 military members were killed or wounded. You know, that's what happens when you're supporting a dictator. I don't want life lost, but let's be honest, that's what happens during these things. Not a single civilian was killed, and that is how you do special operations. That's exactly it. It really, really is. It's amazing. It truly is incredible what this man did. I love this. Yeah, Donald Trump. Something needs to be done about Mexico too. It's not run by a president. It's run by cartels. Absolute facts. And I'll leave you guys with this. I think that's probably enough crap in that regard today. It's not crap. It's just what it is. I did a review here a while back. They actually just brought out their next series. Ewan McGregor and Charlie It's on Apple TV if you wanna watch the series. They do a series called Long Way, like The Long Way Up, The Long Way Round, The Long Way Down, and then the 4th one, which kind of finalized everything, was The Long Way Home. It's a documentary series where they get on bikes and they go around the world. They just travel around the world on bikes just to see what they can do. They do a complete loop around the globe. It's an amazing docu-series, and I 100,000% recommend it. I really, really do. Here's the catch. Not re I mean, it's not a catch, it's just more information about the show. When they did Long Way Up, they started at the very tip of Argentina down in South America, and then they went north right up until LA. The thing was, when they got to Venezuela, pretty much that entire trip, the entire country of Venezuela, if you're looking at it on a map, they had to bypass because of the sheer level of drugs and cartels. And again, it was the same thing with Mexico. Pretty much half of Mexico they had to skip because it was simply too dangerous because of the what? The cartels. So I know that's just a random ass, dumb, maybe stupid example to use, but all I'm saying is what happened in Venezuela yesterday hopefully can change that to where basically you will no longer be killed just for visiting Venezuela. It's really that simple, folks. I don't understand how complicated this can be. It really, really isn't. Take the politics out of it. This is what it's all about. It's about giving humans the decency, the right to be free. It's not rocket science, but to some people it is. So we'll just kind of leave it there, kind of sort of on a positive note. But see if we can finish this off in the way we want to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, y'all, seriously, jokes aside, thank you guys so much if you made it this far. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you haven't already, I'd love you. The subscribe button's right below, the follows, the whole 9 yards. I would appreciate it. And again, join the conversation. I will say this forever. If you want to join in, hop on here, grab a cam, grab a mic. Let's talk about stuff, whatever you want. We'll be respectful, not hateful, the whole 9 yards, and just have a good time. So until a couple hours from now, we'll see you guys later.